What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, where I'll be doing live streams, my play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games throughout the regular season, all the way through and up into the March Madness tournament. And we got a pretty good game in store for this afternoon between two top 15 teams in the AP Top 25, with the number 9 North Carolina Tar Heels traveling to take on the number 15 Louisville Cardinals. So this game will start in about 5 minutes or so with tip-off, as I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions for this one from my room of what I see on the stream. I'll get into a little bit of the info in the pregame with both of these teams before I start to go into it, but feel free to like my videos and share and spread the word as well, and make sure to subscribe to my channel as well, as I'll be doing live streams of play-by-play live reaction to college basketball games throughout the season and all the way through the March Madness tournament. Great game in ACC play. Today we'll start off with the number 15 Louisville Cardinals, 16-5 overall, 7-1 in the ACC right now, 12-1 at home, as they're riding a 6-game winning streak, coming off a big win earlier this week against Wake Forest, 82-54. As Jordan Nora had a team-high 20 points in that win against Wake Forest. So the all-time current series between UNC and Louisville right now it goes to the Tar Heels, who's up in the series 13-6 currently. So this afternoon will be the 20th meeting between these two teams, as North Carolina is 4-3 in the series since Louisville joined the ACC back in the 2014-2015 season. This is the 12th time out of 20 meetings that both of these teams are ranked inside the AP Top 25. And a little bit of info about the Louisville Cardinals is that 5 players on Louisville this season are averaging over 8 points per game. The key player to look forward to today will be sophomore forward Jordan Nora, who is the leading scorer in the last game against Wake Forest. Nora leads the Cardinals with an average of 18.2 points per game, an average of 7.8 rebounds per game. And that's the highest on the team as well, with both of those totals. And Nora is 5th currently in the ACC in average points per game. Louisville on their 6-game win streak in ACC play. That's the longest win streak that they've had since they won 7 straight games during the 2013-2014 season. Louisville right now, they have 46-12 record in conference home games over the last 6 years, as well as Louisville. One of the things they do really well is shoot the ball from the free throw line. Is their percentage currently is just above 76% conversion on their shots made from the charity stripe. That's good for around 18th in college basketball. One thing to note before I look into the North Carolina Tar Heels, as we're a couple minutes away from tip-off here, is one thing to note's the noon game against Virginia Tech and North Carolina State today. That was the lowest combined score that they had, 34 points in the half. Virginia Tech scored 20 points. North Carolina State scored 14 points at the half. Combined score of 34 points. That's the lowest combined score in a total of first half basketball in over a decade or so. So yeah, that game just wrapped up. Virginia Tech beat NC State in that one, 47-24. We'll look to the North Carolina Tar Heels now coming into this one, 16-4, 6-1 in ACC play, 6-1 on the road, as they've won 4 in a row. So both of these teams are riding really long winning streaks at this point. 4 in a row wins for the Tar Heels. Last win was against Georgia Tech, who they beat on Tuesday, 77-54. Cameron Johnson led the way in that game for the Tar Heels with 22 points. North Carolina, they're 4-0 this season in the ACC road games. The Tar Heels have won their first 5 road games only once the past 16 seasons in that Roy Williams era. But UNC, the only time that they won more than 4 road games, that's when they went 8-0 on the road in league play. That was back in 2008. And that when UNC's win on Tuesday against Georgia Tech marked the 211th win against ACC opponents for North Carolina's Roy Williams, the head coach's 3rd right now in ACC history with the most wins by a head coach, behind Coach K at Duke, and then former North Carolina Tar Heels head coach Dean Smith, who coached the Tar Heels from 1961 to 1967, and that's where they named after the court that they play on now, the Dean Smith Arena. As UNC, they're looking for revenge of their loss back on January 12th when they took on Louisville at home, and they got blown out in that one 83-62. So North Carolina looking to extend that winning streak tonight and snap Louisville's 6-game win streak. As what we look into for North Carolina, what they do well is that they do well a lot of stuff here, as they're second right now in all of college basketball behind Michigan State in assists per game, as they average around 19.8 assists per game. They're also second currently in the nation in total rebounds per game. They average just above 43 rebounds per game. That is just right behind the Bowling Green for that one. And then third currently in the NCAA for scoring offense, North Carolina in the Tar Heels sit currently. They average around 87.6 points per game. They're also fifth in college basketball in the rebound margin, out-rebounding opponents right below an average of 10 rebounds more than their opponent. The key player to look out for today for the Tar Heels, that would be the senior guard, Cameron Johnson. He's averaging around 15.8 points per game as he leads the team second currently in the ACC in three-point percentage, around 47.6% from behind the arc, and he also has double-digit point totals in 18 out of his 20 games this season. So that's a little bit of the information for both of these teams here, as we're a couple minutes away from tip-off out in Louisville. This one will take place at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville, Kentucky. So both of these teams in the ACC standings currently, as I'm looking at it, is that Louisville tied for first in the ACC with Virginia and Duke 7-1 in the conference, and then North Carolina 6-1 in the conference, right behind Louisville because they played one less game so far. So this stream about to start in a matter of minutes as we welcome you guys in here. Thank you for joining me on here, and feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe, and spread the word about my channel as well. A couple of the games already finished inside the ACC play, as the number 2 Blue Devils took on non-conference opponent from the Big East today, St. John's, and blew out the Red Storm 91-61. Zion putting on another show tonight for Duke, scoring 29 points, had 6 rebounds and 5 steals. And then that really low game that just finished, Virginia Tech beat North Carolina State 47-24. We're a couple minutes away here from the starting time. Georgia Tech against Florida State currently. Florida State and the Seminoles up right now 55-49 with 3 minutes 24 seconds remaining in this one. And we have a couple of games here that will start at 2 o'clock with teams inside the top 25, as Miami will take on Virginia at Virginia for that one. And then the Texas Longhorns, coming strong off their win against Kansas, will be facing number 20 Iowa State later today. So that's a little bit about the ACC and what's going on later today with the schedules as well. Versus the top 25 this season, Louisville 3-2, as they lost an early season game against Tennessee, which is the number 1 team right now in the nation. But then they beat the Michigan State Spartans in that one 82-78, and they lost at Kentucky early in non-conference play as well. Other wins they beat North Carolina the first time for the Louisville Cardinals. That one was at home on January 12th, and then they faced North Carolina State inside the top 25, and they beat them as well. For the last loss for the Louisville Cardinals, well, you have to go all the way back to January 9th, for that one. That was at Pittsburgh, where they lost 89-86, a close game for that one. We're almost underway for tip-off momentarily. We'll be at the game, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. And what I do is I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games throughout the season, all the way and through the March Madness tournament. So North Carolina, I'm looking at the stat line here, 47% shooting from the three-point range for the last 4 games. That's a school record for the North Carolina Tar Heels. As I'll introduce both of these head coaches, UNC with the head coach Roy Williams in his 16th season for the Tar Heels with a record of 440 wins, 130 losses, good for a winning percentage of around 77.2%, as he's taken the Tar Heels to 5 Final Fours, 3 NCAA titles back in 2005, 2009, and 2017, and he has a record of 7-4 versus Louisville coming into this game, and also 211 ACC wins, which ranks 3rd all-time, as that's behind Coach K of Duke and the former Tar Heel coach from 1961 to 1997, Dean Smith, who they named the athletic arena at North Carolina after. So we look to Louisville's head coach, as Louisville's at home for this one. Chris Mack, in his first year as coach for the Cardinals. He was head coach of the Xavier Musketeers for 9 years, and then he comes here to coach Louisville, as Louisville in their white and red jerseys, North Carolina in their light blue and white. We're underway with a tip-off here. So the starting 5, Kobe White in there for UNC, Kenny Williams, Cameron Johnson, Garrison Brooks, and Luke May, as the first shot gets taken off the rim and the ball gets touched out of bounds by UNC. It'll go back to the Cardinals here with 19:44 left in the first. So this game's just getting started. Louisville will be driving to the left side basket, as North Carolina will be driving to the right side basket for this one. Pass inside, and it's up and good for the Cardinals. Christian Cunningham gets that one to fall off the glass, 2-0. North Carolina with the ball now. Down by 2, 19:22 remaining. In the low post with it, Garrison Brooks flips the ball back outside, and no, it's rebounded by the Cardinals, who get the rebound, take it past the timeline into the hands of Quan Four, who passes it off. This is to Dwayne Sutton with it, and now to Jordan Nora. Inside low, baseline shot, no good for Malik Williams, rebounded for the Tar Heels. As we welcome you in for this one, this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do live streams of my play-by-play live reactions, as a 3-ball no good for UNC, but they get the offensive rebound. So Kobe White couldn't get the first shot to fall, but the rebound was there for UNC, and off the glass up and in to tie this game up at 2. Luke May underneath hits that shot. 2-2. Louisville with the ball, 18:32 left to go in the first. Dribbling with it, Dwayne Sutton trying to go inside past defenders. He hits the rack off the basket, up and in for Sutton with 18:31 left. But looks like the refs will call a foul just momentarily before he got the shot in, so they'll erase the basket. Louisville, however, gets to inbound it. So North Carolina just picked up their first foul of the game, as UNC playing defense now. Louisville, step back jumper, baseline, no good, as it was airballed. UNC gets the ball back. The ball into the hands of Cameron Johnson, passes it off to the left side behind the arc with it's Kenny Williams. Feeds the ball off to Luke May. Luke May trying to dribble baseline, kicks the ball outside, and is stolen by Louisville. With the ball, Dwayne Sutton, he tried to blow past defenders, but UNC fouls him before he can get to the basket. So the Tar Heels pick up their second foul. Non-shooting foul, however, so the Cardinals will inbound it with 18:05 left. So the ball goes into the hands of Christian Cunningham, who feeds the ball off now to Jordan Nora, kicks the ball back to Malik Williams with it at the top of the key. Williams hands back to Cunningham. Cunningham trying to go inside and Spin move in the lane, and he gets it down off the glass, up and good. 4-2 Louisville. North Carolina trying to push tempo. Oh, what a block inside. But a foul called by the Cardinals will be their first. That was a nasty swat right there by Louisville as UNC tried to drive inside as they pushed up the tempo with a left hand layup. But no, he was denied. So to the free throw line will be Cameron Johnson, shooting 79.3% from the charity stripe this season. Hits his first. The score right now, 4-3. Louisville up by 1. Cameron Johnson at the free throw line. Second shot for Johnson. Hits it as well to knot the game up here at 4 apiece. 17:40 left to go in the first. Louisville with the ball. Dribbling around the perimeter with it. And they'll take it past to now back towards the Louisville logo. Call to play. Dribbling towards the right side. Dwayne Sutton with it. Spin move now into the lane underneath the basket, and he gives the ball away. North Carolina with a steal. Kenny Williams throws the ball and couldn't get it to go as it was a fast break play with Cameron Johnson at the other end. They couldn't get it to go, but the refs will call Louisville on the goaltend, so the basket will count. So count the basket for North Carolina at 6-4 Tar Heels. Louisville now with the ball in their hands, left side behind the three-point line, dribbling with it's Christian Cunningham. Cunningham guarded by Kobe White. Hands the ball off. Now dribbling with it's Jordan Nora. Feeds the ball back to Cunningham. It's stolen. UNC with the ball, 16:52 left to go in the first. Kobe White thought about taking a three, but North Carolina's moving the ball around. Luke May, jumper at the elbow, left side, no good. Rebounded by Louisville. As the Cardinals take it past the timeline towards the right side, Steven Enoch with the ball now. And it's fed off to Quan Four, who gets the ball back into the hands of Christian Cunningham for the Cardinals. 3-ball, top of the key for Louisville. They get it down, 7-6. Cardinals up by 1 now, 16:18 left to go. Malik Williams hits the 3. North Carolina with the ball right side behind the three-point arc. As they're passing it inside, they feed the ball underneath the basket, and we have a foul before the shot. Yeah. So Nasir Little underneath for North Carolina fed the ball off to Luke May, and looks like Louisville will get charged with the shooting foul, which will set Luke May of North Carolina to the line here with 16:06 remaining. First shot by May, and he hits it from the line to tie this game up at 7. Luke May, 77% from the free throw line this season. Leads the team in rebounds. He's second in the ACC with rebounds, just under 10 per game. As he gets them both to fall, so North Carolina will take the 8-7 advantage now with 16 minutes left in the first. Louisville with the ball, dribbling towards the left side with it. Christian Cunningham trying to go inside, floats up the shot, and it's no good. Rebounded by May of UNC as he gets the ball, takes it past the timeline. Brandon Robinson passes the ball inside of Kobe White, who's dribbling, couldn't get it to fall. He gets his own offensive rebound. White's second chance, couldn't get it to fall. Offensive rebound again for North Carolina. No good. Third shot couldn't fall. Too strong for all their shots. Rebounded by Louisville. 15:30 left to go. Louisville down by 1. 8-7. Trying to dribble inside. Reverse hand layup, and he gets it to go. Ryan McMahon with a left-handed layup under the basket. Didn't look like it was going to go at first, but it found its way in there. 9-8. Cardinals up by 1. Spin move inside, up and in off the glass. Luke May doing his thing. 10-9. Tar Heels take the lead back. Louisville with the ball. Fed inside. Steven Enoch with the ball inside as he was trying to dribble. He was tied up upon. And UNC will pick up another foul inside the key for their third foul as a team and a half. We're looking at that replay with the last basket by Louisville, though. Ryan McMahon going past the defender and then going into the reverse hand layup up and in. And then on the other side, UNC, Luke May hitting it off the glass We got a good one early in this one. I'm going to update the score here. Thank you all for tuning in. 10-9, UNC up with 14:57 left in the first. And this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. Yeah, pretty good game so far here. I'm going to dig into the box score, see what I get for the leading scores and the team stats since we're on commercial break now. But let's see. I'll check the box score. 6 points leading the way for the Tar Heels right now would be Luke May, as he's 2 for 3 from the field, and he's also 2 for 2 from the free throw line early in this one. And then adding to that total would be Cameron Johnson, who has 4 points currently for the Tar Heels. Leading the scoring for Louisville would be Christian Cunningham, who has 4 points right now. He also has an assist to go along with that total. And Malik Williams had a 3-pointer that he hit early in this one to add 3 points to his total. Coming off the bench, Ryan McMahon had a reverse hand layup for Louisville to give him 2 points so far in this one. As we're on commercial break, North Carolina and Louisville will look at the shooting percentages for both of these teams. North Carolina shooting 3 for 10 from the field right now, good for 30%. Louisville shooting 4 for 7, 57.1% from the field. As we're on commercial break, thank you all for joining me. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe, as well as I'll be doing play-by-play and live streams, live reaction to these college basketball games throughout the season all the way into the March Madness tournament. Tomorrow, pretty big Super Bowl coming up, Super Bowl 53, Patriots-Rams. So feel free to let me know in the chat who you guys like as well in that game, as we're almost getting back from commercial break here. North Carolina's out-rebounding Louisville right now in the early stages of this one, 6-4 with the rebounds, as we have 14 minutes, 57 seconds left to go in this one. UNC 10, Louisville 9. And we're almost back to action here in Louisville as we were just on the commercial break. We welcome you guys for tuning in. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and what I do is live streams and my play-by-play and live reaction to college basketball games throughout the season. And we have a great matchup here. Number 9, North Carolina, number 15, Louisville. We're back to action. Louisville now with an inbound as they're dribbling with it, and it's into the hands of Christian Cunningham. Passes, and it's a 3-pointer, and it's up and Jordan Nora from the outside for the Cardinals. 12-10 Louisville. They take the lead back. North Carolina now with the ball. Left side behind the 3-point line with it is Kenny Williams. Feeds the ball off the 7th Woods in the game off the bench now for the Tar Heels. 3-pointer. That one hits. Take the lead back for tie game at 12. They say it's a deep 2, so his foot was on the line. 12-12. We already have 6 lead changes in this one with 4 ties. Louisville now dribbling low post baseline. Jumper here and hits the front part of the rim. Rimmed out, rebounded by the Tar Heels. Taking it back in transition for North Carolina. Kenny Williams passing the ball. Garrison Brooks with it. Tries to feed the ball inside. Low post to Luke May. Jumper in the low post. No good. Hit the short part of the rim. Rebounded by Louisville now. 13:48 left to go in the first. Cardinals with the ball. Jordan Nora passes. Right wing 3. It goes down from the outside. Louisville 15. North Carolina 12. Huge 3-pointer by Dwayne Sutton to take back the lead for the Cardinals. UNC. Oh, the lob pass over the top and the alley-oop jam by UNC. Garrison Brooks sends that one down. 15-14. Louisville up by 1. Louisville trying to drive inside. Rejected. Stolen away by the Tar Heels. UNC with the ball. 7th Woods trying to dribble inside. Up the glass. Up and in. North Carolina takes the lead back. 16-15. 13:05 left to go in the first. Louisville with the ball. Left wing behind the 3-point line with it. It's Dwayne Sutton guarded by Luke May of North Carolina. Sutton for Louisville, dribbling, feeds the ball now off towards his right side, dribbling. Jordan Nora trying to go into the lane, and it's an offensive foul as Kenny Williams takes the charge for North Carolina, and the Tar Heels will get the ball back. So if you're just joining us, the score right now, 16 for North Carolina, 15 for Louisville. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, hey buddy, to you too. Thank you so much, man. Pretty good game here with UNC and Louisville. A lot of lead changes early. I think we had like seven lead changes so far in this one. It's been crazy. I think like four ties so far. But yeah, we're back. North Carolina has the ball. Free throw line jumper, and that one hits. That is good for the Tar Heels, up 18-15. Cameron Johnson has 6 right now for UNC. North Carolina up by 3. Louisville with the ball. Dribbling past the timeline, Christian Cunningham passes the ball off with its VJ King into the game, and the ball's fed down low from Cunningham to Steven and Knock, but the ball goes out of bounds. It was last touched by Louisville, so the refs will give the ball back to the Cardinals to inbound here as we're back to action. 12:22 left to go in the first. Louisville with the ball, and the pass was almost stolen, but they do get it back at the right part of the court towards the corner behind the three-point line, and now it's a top of the key three, no good, rimmed out by the Cardinals, rebounded by UNC. So now the Tar Heels with the ball with 12:05 left to go. As we thank you all for tuning into my stream, feel free to hit that like button and share my streams as well, and hit that subscribe button as well, as North Carolina is passing the ball around the perimeter, and now dribbling with its VJ King, passes it off left corner, trying to dribble baseline jumper, it goes down for Malik Williams. But it looks like there was a push-off by North Carolina by Williams as well, so erased the bucket, so they didn't score on that one since it's an offensive foul. We have a timeout on the floor, and I'll update the chat here again. Thank you all for joining me. UNC up 18-15 with 11:46 to go in the first. Thank you so much. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe as well. And I'll update the score for you guys right here. So we have 11 minutes, 46 seconds left to go. I'll go into the box score here, see who's leading the scoring for both of these teams. Looks like we got a tie here. 6 points for Luke May for North Carolina, 6 points for Cameron Johnson. So both of those guys leading the Tar Heels currently right now in this one, as the leading scorer coming into this game is Cameron Johnson. He averages around 15.8 points per game. As we look to the Louisville stats, they have a lot of point distribution throughout. Looks like Christian Cunningham's leading the way right now as we're on this commercial break with 4 points for the Cardinals, and then Dwayne Sutton, Jordan Nora, and Malik Williams all chipping in with 3 points currently for Louisville. As we thank you all for tuning in, this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and what I do is I do live streams and my play-by-play with live reactions to college basketball games throughout the regular season all the way through into the March Madness tournament. And I'm hoping to do a couple more streams later in the week as well. I might do the stream tonight at 6 p.m. if I get back in time. That'd be the Indiana Hoosiers taking on the Michigan State Spartans, and that one's a big game in the Big Ten for this one, but pretty big game right now in the ACC. 11:46 left. We've had about 7 lead changes in the early stages of this and 3 ties, so this has been a pretty good game for both of these teams. I'll go into the shooting percentages here since we're on a commercial break, as Louisville shooting the ball currently right now around 54.5% from the floor. North Carolina shooting the ball at around 46.7% from the floor. UNC out-rebounding Louisville currently 8-5 in this one, and right now with the team fouls, UNC has 4 fouls as a team. North Carolina has 3. As we are almost back to action here once this commercial break ends, I'll get you guys back to the stream as we look into the scoreboard of what happened in college basketball today. And yeah, North Carolina State only managed to score 24 points in their loss to Virginia Tech today. So the Hokies, ranked 12th in the nation, beat the number 23 North Carolina State Wolfpack 47-24. However, that's not the lowest score ever that a college basketball team has scored. I think they were saying there was like a game all the way back from the 60s with like the Duke Blue Devils that scored like 12 points in that entire game. But we're almost back to action in this one. North Carolina and Louisville, and Louisville now with inbound. So we're back to action. 11:40 left to go in the first. As the ball goes past the timeline for Christian Cunningham, passes the ball off to the right wing behind the three-point line, and now they're passing the ball to the left side behind the three-point line with the ball in his hands. Ryan McMahon, he has 2 points already, and now with the ball, Jordan Nora, baseline jumper by Nora, no good for the Cardinals, and North Carolina will get the ball back on the foul on the rebound by Louisville. So UNC will inbound the ball, 11:25 left to go in the first. Kobe White dribbling the ball past the timeline now for the Tar Heels. Passes the ball off to Luke May towards the left side, and the ball goes out of bounds, but it was knocked away by Louisville, so UNC will get the ball back. With 11:15 left to go in the first, score is North Carolina 18, Louisville 15. UNC to inbound the ball as they throw it inside. Luke May towards the baseline and finds Kobe White with it, and he throws the ball back outside with it towards the right side. Dribbling with it's Kenny Williams. Passes the ball now, trying to make his way inside, and the shot could not go down for Nasir Little, but the offensive board up and in by Luke May, picking up his teammate and scoring, and North Carolina has a 20-15 lead now. 10:58 left to go in the first, and Louisville fouled on the play as well. So North Carolina will shoot the and one from the line. So Luke May at the free throw line. He already has 8 points, looking for his 9th, and he almost had it, but the ball rolled out of the rim. So rebounded by Louisville. They'll get it back as UNC is on an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Shot no good by the Cardinals. Rebounded by the Tar Heels as North Carolina takes the ball past the timeline. In the ball with his hands, Cameron Johnson passes it off right side to Kobe White. Back to Johnson, and looks like we have an offensive foul called by the Tar Heels. So the ball will go back to Louisville. North Carolina's up 20-15 with 10:38 left in the first. As we thank you guys for joining me here in the chat. Yeah, I can't do that because if I do that, I get a copyright strike. So I can't show the game here. I'm unable to. But if you go onto ESPN3.com, and if you have an internet service provider, you'll be able to get the game. As Louisville has the ball, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by UNC as they have the ball now past the timeline. It's the ball into the hands of Nasir Little, passes it out. Brandon Robinson back behind the three-point line with it towards the left side. Left corner jumper, no good. Rimmed out and rebounded by the Cardinals. As they take the ball past the timeline with it is Christian Cunningham dribbling now, feeds it off to VJ King, and now they're passing around the perimeter for Louisville, trying to go inside, and the foul is called as UNC tried to take the charge. They couldn't, as it was Garrison Brooks who went against Jordan Norwa. And it looks like Norwa's going to the line for two. So Garrison Brooks hit the floor hard there as Nora tried to go inside to lay it in. Couldn't get it to fall. So Nora at the line. Hits his first one with 9:55 left to go in the first. So the score right now, North Carolina 20, Louisville 16. Jordan Nora hit his first shot from the line. We do have a timeout called on the floor with 9:55 seconds remaining. So right before he hit, he's going to go to shoot his second free throw of the game. Which Nora right now, he's 5th in the ACC for points per game as he is about to shoot his second shot from the free throw line. He has an average of 18.2 points per game. From the line this season, he shoots around 73.2%. So here we go. Jordan Nora with the ball for his second free throw attempt, and he hits it, making this game 20-17. UNC up by 3. North Carolina now with the ball, dribbling past the timeline. Right side with it's Brandon Robinson dribbling with it, and now he feeds the ball off. Baseline jumper for deep 2, and he hits it for Kenny Williams to get the shot to fall for the Tar Heels, up 22-17. Louisville now with the ball dribbling. Darius Perry off the bench into the game for the Cardinals, dribbling towards his right side behind the three-point line. Hands the ball off. Now in top of the key 3. No, it hits the top of the rim. No good. Rebounded by UNC. As it goes into the hands of Kobe White, he's dribbling, feeds the ball inside, into his way into the low post, and is up and in off the glass. Brandon Huffman, as North Carolina has their largest lead of the game, 24-17. 14 points in the paint right now for the Tar Heels. They're on a 12-2 run in the last 4.5 minutes to play. Louisville now inside the low key, kicks the ball outside, top of the key 3, no good. Rebounded by UNC. Kobe White taking the ball past the timeline for the Tar Heels. Dribbling towards the right side behind the three-point line. And now dribbling with it some more as he takes it inside and tried to kick it back outside, but it's stolen. Stolen by Christian Cunningham. Feeds the ball off inside and off the glass, up and in. Dwayne Sutton. So the steal by Christian Cunningham leads to Cunningham to the assist pass inside to Dwayne Sutton, who hit it off the glass, up and in. 24-19. UNC up by 5. Jumper from the free throw line, and it cannot go. Rebounded by Sutton of Louisville, who gets the ball. Three-pointer, left wing, no good. Rimmed out by Cunningham. Rebounded by UNC. It's Nasir Little who had the ball, and he passed it over the timeline to Kobe White. Now they're passing around the perimeter. Kenny Williams with the ball, passes it off to Brandon Robinson. Right side now, behind the three-point line, is Kobe White. 7:55 left to go in the first. 10 on the shot clock for White. White towards the top of the key, dribbling, passes it towards the left side. Kenny Williams. 3 deep by Williams, no good. And Brandon Huffman tried to save that one before the ball went out of bounds, but he couldn't. So Louisville will get the ball back, but we have a timeout on the floor with North Carolina up 24-19 right now with 7:44 left to go in the first. Thank you all for tuning into my stream. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe, and spread the word about my channel as well as what I do. So that I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games throughout the season, and we'll be doing this all the way through the March Madness tournament as well. So I'm going to update the score here for you guys. As UNC right now is up 24-19. We'll look at some of these stats for both of the teams. Currently in this one, UNC shooting the ball 10 for 22 from the field. That's good for 45.5% shooting from the field. Louisville currently, they were on fire early from the field, shooting it just like right above 50%, but now they're shooting the ball at around 38.9% from the field. UNC has yet to make a three-pointer so far in this one, as we're almost 13 minutes into the first half. Louisville is 3 for 8 from behind the arc, good for around 37.5% conversion of their shots. UNC out rebounding the Cardinals currently in this one 15-9, as we just got through the halfway mark of the first half a little while ago. We'll look at who's leading the box score here, as we have two guys tied for the lead for Louisville, Dwayne Sutton and Jordan Nora, both adding in 5 points early in this one. And then leading the way for North Carolina would be Luke May, who has 8 points, leading the scoring for the Tar Heels right now. 2 for 3 from the free throw line, and he's 3 for 5 shooting from the field. Cameron Johnson, second on the team for the Tar Heels right now with 6 points. So we're on commercial break right now. A couple more minutes until we get back to action. I'll look at the scoreboard, see what's going on in college basketball right now as number 3 Virginia is taking on Miami. That game in the early stages going to the Cavaliers. They're up 18-11 right now with 5:48 left to go in the first. Texas coming up that strong win on Tuesday against Kansas. Now they're down by 10 at number 20 Iowa State, 26-16. Texas trying to look to get back into that March Madness bubble picture, as that would be a huge win again if they do beat another ranked team today in Iowa State. But right now they're down by 10. Earlier games, number 12 Virginia Tech against number 23 North Carolina State, and that game marked the first time in a decade with the lowest combined score at the half, as both of the teams combined for 34 points at the half. Virginia Tech was up 20-14 against NC State at the half, and Virginia Tech won that one 47-24. We're back to action here. UNC gets the ball off the steal as they try to go cross court with it and lay it in. They couldn't get it with 7:20 left to go as we're back to action. But Louisville did foul, so UNC will go to the line. So that last possession, Louisville had it when we did get back to action. They tried to dribble inside. They had the possession for a couple of seconds. UNC stole it, and now they're at the free throw line. First one goes down for Kenny Williams of North Carolina. So the Tar Heels are up 25-19. 7:20 left. Second shot from the line. Hits it. Louisville now with the ball as they inbound. Both of these teams have 6 fouls as a team currently, so one more in there in the bonus as we're back here. 7:10 left to go. Louisville with the ball, dribbling around the perimeter, passes it off to the right wing. And now the ball into the hands of Darius Perry, who passes the ball off for Louisville as the ball was kicked by North Carolina on the pass inside the low post. Quan Four tried to get it down into the low post, and the ball just went off the shoe of a North Carolina player. So Louisville will get the ball back here with 6:59 left to go in the first. As they inbounded, dribbling now with its Dwayne Sutton, passes the ball off to Jordan Nora. Nora dribbling towards his right side behind the arc. Deep three, right wing. No good. Rimmed out. An offensive rebound for a second, but it's ripped away by UNC. Kenny Williams made sure that Louisville couldn't get that one back. Left wing three. Nothing but net for the Tar Heels. 29-19. UNC with their biggest lead of the game. The ball goes down by Cameron Johnson. Keeps adding to his totals. And Chris Mack for Louisville will call a timeout with 6:35 left to go. So I'm going to update the score here. Thank you all for joining me. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. And what I do is live streams of my play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games throughout the season. And, of course, into the March Madness tournament as North Carolina and the Tar Heels looking for revenge here from that earlier loss this season back on January 12th. And it looks like everything's going their way early in this one, up by 10. We have 6:35 left to go in the first. 10-point advantage for the Tar Heels. Yeah, we're almost back to action, but yeah. So that game earlier today, Virginia Tech against North Carolina State, both of those teams combined for a total of 34 points in the half. And then NC State in total only had 24 points they scored today as North Carolina gets the inbounds and they're dribbling the ball with it, and then They were tied up with a half-court trap right in front of the timeline, and they went backcourt violation, so another turnover here. Luke May and Cameron Johnson was on the double team, and Louisville just fell right behind the half-court line and turns the ball over in the backcourt violations. North Carolina with the ball now, 6:17 left to go in the first, as it's a top-of-the-key three. Nothing but net from the outside for North Carolina. Cameron Johnson has 12. Perfect from behind the arc so far, 2 for 2. 48% from behind the arc this season for Cameron Johnson. That is good for first in the ACC. Three-pointer from the left wing outside, no good for Louisville. It's stolen away off the tip by North Carolina. Now they try to push it inside to Luke May, but no, it's stolen right back by Louisville. Trying to go inside it. Oh, what a rejection from behind by UNC. UNC with the ball back. 5:35 left to go in the first. As the ball's fed down, low baseline, underneath to Luke May. Kicks the ball back outside to Johnson, behind the three-point line. Johnson hands the ball off to Kenny Williams now for North Carolina. UNC, three-ball, long shot by Luke May. No good from the right side behind the three-point line. 5:15 left to go in the first. North Carolina's up 32-19. Louisville dribbling now with the ball as they lob it over the top inside. The jumper, and it could not fall for Stephen Enoch, and it's rebounded by UNC. As that shot hit the top of the rim, no good. Trying to work his way inside, the pass in there to Luke May. And he sinks that one down with 4:56 left, but right before, the refs will call a foul by Louisville, so the shot will not count as Stephen Enoch comes out of the game for the Cardinals right now. We have 4 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the first. North Carolina up by 13. So Louisville just got their 7th foul as a team tonight, which will send Luke May to the bonus at the line to shoot his first. And he hits it, so he'll shoot his second one from the line. So if you're just joining us, North Carolina is up 33-19 against Louisville with 4 minutes, 56 seconds remaining. Luke May has 9 points. Second shot from the line. Make it 10 for Luke May. 34-19. North Carolina's up. 4:56 left in the first half. Louisville now with an inbounds pass. The ball dribbling with it is Christian Cunningham. Takes it past the Louisville logo. North Carolina is on a 22-4 run in the last 8 minutes, 45 seconds. UNC with the ball behind the three-point line. Christian Cunningham dribbling, trying to take it inside. Feeds the ball in a slam jam, two-handed jam by Dwayne Sutton to get things going for the Cardinals. 34-21. UNC now, and there's a timeout called on the floor with 4:31 left. But yeah, we go back to the replay right there. Dribbling inside, it was the last basket by Louisville. Christian Cunningham dribbling towards the left elbow inside, and he fed the ball inside with a two-handed slam in the lane to Dwayne Sutton. So we're back to action, and actually it was a turnover by North Carolina, so Louisville will get the ball back. Down by 13 for the Cardinals. 4:11 left to go, 11 on the shot clock. Louisville trying to take it inside. Jumper in the key, no good. Rebounded by UNC. Kobe White with the ball, dribbling at the top of the key, passes the ball off left wing. Cameron Johnson feeds the ball inside, up off the glass and in for the Tar Heels. Garrison Brooks got that one to go. It's 36-21 UNC. Up by 15 with 3:42 left to go in the first. Left wing three, no good by Louisville. Rebounded by Cameron Johnson of North Carolina, who has the ball in his hands, takes it past the Louisville logo, and gets the ball into the hands of Kobe White now. Passes the ball off to the left side wing behind the three-point arc. It's Nasir Little, who has the ball at the free throw line, goes for the free throw line, jumper, no good, and the ball hits the rim out of bounds. And it will go back to Louisville with 3:16 left to go in the first. Thank you all for joining me. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games throughout the season and all the way through into the March Madness tournament. As we have the North Carolina Tar Heels right now getting onto a pretty big lead. At one point, had a 22-4 run before Louisville finally scored again. So I'll update the chat here with a score. Thank you all for joining me as North Carolina has a 15-point lead. Since we're on commercial break, I'll go into a little bit of the stats for both of these teams, see how they're doing, as UNC shooting from the floor just below 50% right now, as they're shooting 13 for 27 from the floor. Louisville shooting the ball at 8 for 25, good for 32% from the floor currently. As we look to the rebounding margin here, North Carolina out-rebounding Louisville 22-10 in this one. On the defensive end, UNC out-rebounding Louisville 17-10. As we're on a timeout here with 3 minutes 22 seconds left to go before the first half ends, but it looks like it's all Tar Heels so far in that first half, exploding as they have more points than what their rivals North Carolina State scored today. And at the end of the half, they could very well reach what Virginia Tech scored today as well. They only need 11 more points to reach what Virginia Tech scored, as they beat NC State earlier today, 47-24. For both of those teams, they combined for 34 points in the first half, as Virginia Tech was up at halftime 20-14 against NC State. That marked the lowest first half in about a decade in college basketball, those 34 points combined. So, yeah, that was absolutely crazy, that noontime game, and that must have just been frustrating for North Carolina State, only scoring 24 points today. I remember there was a game, I think 6-7 years ago. It was Tennessee against Georgetown, and the final score of that one was 38-37 or something like that. They couldn't even manage to get into the 40s. That was absolutely crazy. As we're back to action here, North Carolina in the light blue and white jerseys, with the ball now on the inbounds into the hands of Kobe White, who's dribbling with it and passes the ball off now as they're pushing the ball around the outside for the Tar Heels. Left wing three, Kobe White couldn't get it to fall. The tip back up and good. Nasir Little gets that one to fall. 38-21 UNC, up by 17. 2:45 left to go in the first. 6 offensive rebounds so far for the Tar Heels, 0 by the Cardinals. Louisville trying to work their way inside. They get it up and off the glass, up and good. So now it's 38-23, 2.5 left to go in the first. Trying to dribble his way inside is May. Luke May gets it off the glass, up and in. 40-23. Luke May has 12 points so far. North Carolina up by 17. Louisville with the ball. Cunningham at the top of the key. Feeds the ball inside. Low baseline. Malik Williams trying to back his way in there in the low post now. Oh, he's rejected. Nasir Little with a swat. North Carolina gets the ball back, and Brandon Robinson just put that ball into the hands of Louisville, but he traveled with it anyway. So Louisville will get the ball back. But yeah, number 5 on the replay right there. Number 5 working on number 5. Malik Williams trying to back his way down low to hit the jumper, and Nasir Little just denies him with the block. So Louisville gets the ball back. 1:52 remaining in the first, and a steal by North Carolina. 2-on-1 and a slam jam by Kobe White, as a Louisville player is injured down on the ground, as well as North Carolina is up 42-23 with 1:46 left. Ryan McMahon is the injured Cardinal, as he got the ball taken away from his hands, and then he got absolutely knocked to the ground by a right shoulder elbow by Brandon Robinson of UNC. Right there, as both of them collided. Nasir Little got the ball in his hands for North Carolina and then fed the ball down low on the fast break to Kobe White, and that's where you have the two-handed slam. But looks like everything's okay now, as we have an official review here with 1:46 remaining in the first. North Carolina's up 42-23, as the officials will look at the monitor screen and see if there was anything flagrant by the elbow of Brandon Robinson as he knocked down Ryan McMahon of Louisville. So the ball was loose on the ground. Robinson tried to go after, and then he just bumped into McMahon here as both of them collided, and boom. I don't even think that, yeah, I'm looking at the replay. I don't even think that Robinson even saw McMahon there. And then McMahon just got absolutely leveled like at the chin area. So the officials will look at it from the monitor and see what happened. We have 1:46 left to go in the first half, and seems like what the result was is that the Louisville fans don't really like it. So Louisville will get the ball back on the inbounds, down by 19. 1:38 remaining for the Cardinals now with the ball, trying to dribble his way inside Jordan Norwa. And no good as he missed a right elbow deep two jumper, rebounded by the Tar Heels. Up by 19. Into the hands of Kobe White, passes the ball off right side behind the three-point line, Brandon Robinson. And now they're passing it some more. Nasir Little with it, feeds the ball off at the free throw line, no good by Kenny Williams. Rebounded for now by Louisville. Trying to take it up the court, Cunningham. And he lays it in up past the defender, so he gets it off the glass up and in for the Cardinals. Christian Cunningham adds two more, draws the foul as well, so it'll go to the line for one. As we thank you all for tuning into my stream, this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. And what I do is live streams of my play-by-play to college basketball games throughout the season, all the way in through the March Madness tournament. The shot from the line by Cunningham was no good, and is rebounded by UNC. We have a minute left in the first half. North Carolina with the ball, right corner three, and it's air ball by Luke May. Going the other way now, Louisville with the ball, and they're passing around the right side of the perimeter, trying to take it inside. Darius Perry feeds the ball back outside, left corner three, no good. Rimmed out by Malik Williams, rebounded by May of UNC. Trying to take it now inside. Kenny Williams couldn't get it to fall off the glass, and he'll get called for the offensive foul as Louisville took the charge with 40.2 seconds remaining, as it looked like Williams was trying to go inside, couldn't get the shot to fall, and Louisville draws the charge. So the Cardinals will get the ball back. We have 42-25. North Carolina is up by 17 with 40 seconds left in the first half. As we thank you all for joining in here, this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and feel free to like my channel, like my videos, and subscribe to my channel as well, and spread the message as Louisville goes inside, gets it off the glass, up and in is Christian Cunningham, and they'll go to the line for one. So Cunningham really turning the heat on, scoring the last couple of points for the Cardinals, gets that shot to fall and draws the foul as well. So it's a 15-point game, 42-27. Christian Cunningham has 8 points so far in this one. It's the senior from Georgetown, Kentucky. Here he is at the line, hits that, 42-28. 14-point lead here with UNC, who gets the inbound. Kobe White with it, who takes it past the timeline. White passes the ball now off to his left side of the Louisville logo. Now the ball goes into the hands of Nasir Little. Little with 15 seconds left before the half as they're passing the ball around the perimeter as the ball goes back into the hands of Kobe White at the eye of the Louisville Cardinal logo. White trying to dribble, feeds the ball inside. Up off the glass, too strong, no good. Offensive rebound, though, and it goes up and in. as time expires in the first half and Nasir Little puts back the offensive rebound that Luke May was too strong off the glass for UNC, as North Carolina heads into halftime shooting 48% from the field. I'll update the score here, but this whole first half has been completely the North Carolina Tar Heels looking for that revenge loss that they had back on January 12th against Louisville that they got blown out at home. This looking to be the opposite way around as North Carolina out to a huge lead at halftime. I'll update the score here. I'll go into the box score at the half as well. Thank you all for joining me. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. So we're at halftime here, so I'll get you some of the first half stats of what happened here between UNC and Louisville. This score is 44-28 at the half. So 44-28 at the half. Let's dig into some of these stats for both of these teams and compare them in the first half. Everything belonging to North Carolina in that first half of play. UNC shooting the ball 48% from the field currently in that first half. Louisville shooting the ball around 35% from the field in the first half. So North Carolina out shooting Louisville by around a 13% margin, and they're up by 16 at the half. As we look to the other stats, and there's a big discrepancy here with the rebounding game. UNC out rebounding Louisville currently in this one, 28-12 on the boards. Louisville is yet to get an offensive rebound in this one at 0. North Carolina has 7 offensive boards. Defensive boards, again, that belongs to North Carolina, leading that game 21-12. And as we look at the other stats, nothing really else sticks out. Pretty even as far as the assists, steals, turnovers, and the team fouls. North Carolina has 9 fouls in that first half as a team. Louisville had 7. So now we'll get into the box score, see who the leading scorers were for the first half, and tied up at 12 for leading the scoring is 2 players, Luke May with 12 points, 4 for 5 from the field, and Cameron Johnson, who is currently leading the Tar Heels in average points per game, as he averages around 15.8 points per game. Cameron Johnson has 12 points as well. He has 5 rebounds to go along to his name in this one, and an assist. As we look at the other players inside here, a bunch of players with 4 points or 2 points so far, so everybody just chipping in off the bench or the starting lineup for North Carolina. 4 points coming in by Garrison Brooks, and then Kenny Williams as well, adding 4 points to his total in the first half for North Carolina. Nasir Little also has 4 points right now for UNC. As we look to the Louisville scoring at the half, 7 points at the half by Dwayne Sutton. He's second on the team. Christian Cunningham leading the scoring right now for the Cardinals. He currently has 9 points at the half. He has 5 assists as well, and he has a steal to add to his name. Christian Cunningham, coming into this game, he's averaging around 4.4 assists per game. That's good for 4th in the ACC right now, as he is already above that assist mark today with 5. So that's basically the box score for that first half. Everything belonging to North Carolina, basically, though. There was I think the play of the half had to be that big alley-oop jam thrown over the top, wide open, and the two-hand slam off the alley-oop that really got things going for the Tar Heels. At one point, they were up on a 22-4 run during one time in that first half, where Louisville hadn't scored in around like 5.5 minutes in that game. As we look to the other scores here coming in, as we had some games finish earlier today. Number 2 Duke just went absolutely off earlier against the St. John's Red Storm, as Duke won that one by 30, 91-61. Zion having another big day, 29 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 steals for the Blue Devils. Number 12, Virginia Tech against number 23, North Carolina State. It will go down as the lowest scoring game this season for points combined. North Carolina State only managed to score 24 points in today's game, and that one hurts because it was also at home for NC State. Virginia Tech only managed to score 47, and they squeaked out this one. That at halftime of that game, the score was Virginia Tech had 20, North Carolina State had 14, and both of those teams combined 34 points in the first half of that game. You have to go all the way back to a decade where the last lowest scoring first half happened in that one, but NC State only managed to score 24 points today and lost. However, that's not the lowest point total ever. I think I saw earlier today it was a team from Duke all the way back in the 1960s that scored only 12 points total in the entire game. As we look to other games going right on in the ACC today, Georgia Tech traveling to number 25 Florida State, and it looks like the Seminoles got that one. They won 59-49. And number 3 Virginia playing at home against Miami. Virginia up at the half, 28-21 against the Hurricanes. As we look at the other scores here, so Texas was down by 10 early on to Iowa State, and then Texas came back at the half. This would be another big win for the Longhorns if they do come out in the second half and they beat Iowa State in this one. Texas coming off the big win on Tuesday at home against Kansas. Kansas has lost 2 games in a row. They lost last Saturday against Kentucky, and then they lost on Tuesday against Texas. Texas down 31-27 at the half against number 20 Iowa State. Currently, the Longhorns are on the bubble with a big group of teams in there. Arizona and the Wildcats are on the bubble as well. They're with that loss against Arizona State on Thursday. As a matter of fact, they're more like falling off the bubble, whereas Arizona State's on the bubble as well. Other teams in the March Madness projected bubble are San Francisco, who's currently second in the West Coast Conference behind Gonzaga, and also Indiana, who's on a 7-game losing streak that they could snap that later on, as they have a 6 o'clock game later today against Michigan State. That's going to be a huge game. Indiana has lost 7 games in a row, 12-9 overall. That would be a huge win if they get it at Michigan State. Michigan State coming off the loss last Sunday against the Purdue Boilermakers, and that one as Purdue is still undefeated at home on the season. Another one of those teams trending towards that bubble direction would be the Ole Miss Rebels, as they have another big game tonight. They beat Mississippi State the first time around last month, but now they get number 22 Mississippi State again. Ole Miss currently at 14-6 overall, 4-3 in SEC play. This will be a huge win for them to get them back into the bracket and off that bubble. Same as the Florida Gators, 12-8 overall, 4-3 in SEC play, hosting the number 7 Kentucky Wildcats. That's going to be a huge game later today at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, as Florida is on the bubble right now, sitting there with Arizona State, Texas, San Francisco, Ole Miss up in there as well, Indiana as well, towards the back half of that bubble that they've really drifted down. And if they lose later today for the Hoosiers, if they lose that game against Michigan State, then they're going to be off the bubble for sure, because That will mark their 8th loss in a row. We look to some of the other games on the scoreboard later today. Number 16, Texas Tech, taking on number 11, Kansas. Kansas and the Jayhawks back at home, but they've been struggling on the road this season. 1-5 overall in away games this season, as the Kansas Jayhawks are now on a 2-game losing streak. They dropped in the tournament projection brackets. They dropped from a 1 seed down to a 3 seed with last Saturday's loss against Kentucky, and then they come back on Tuesday night and they lose by, it was an 8-point loss against Texas. So the Kansas Jayhawks looking for a win of their own, same as Texas Tech as well. That's going to be a huge matchup. 16 versus 11 later today at 4 p.m. As I'm looking at the other games in the top 25, number 8 Nevada has only lost once. They're 20-1 on the season, 8th in the nation, as they host Boise State later tonight in Mountain West play. So Nevada looking for win number 21 on the season, as they're one of those teams who don't play in the power conference, so it's more like a cakewalk with their schedule, same as like Gonzaga in the conference schedule. Houston, the same thing in the American, but as the American Conference goes, there could be 3 teams going into the NCAA tournament in the American Conference. UCF looks pretty good this season with their leading scorer, Taco Fall, who is inside the top 10 for shooting percentage this season, as he's the tallest player in college basketball too. I believe he's 7'6", and then also the Cincinnati Bearcats as well inside the American have a pretty impressive record, and Houston is yet to play them as well. As we look to other games going on later today, 6 p.m. in the SEC, number 19 LSU hosting Arkansas. Arkansas on the bubble along with Alabama. The Razorbacks currently sitting with a record of 12-8 right now, 3-4 in SEC play. So that would be a big win to go into Baton Rouge to beat LSU if they can pull it off, as LSU has a gigantic win streak going on currently right now. And then we have the number 1 team in the nation later tonight playing at 8 p.m. on the road. The number 1 Tennessee Volunteers looking for their 20th win of the season, as they'll be traveling to College Station, Texas, to take on Texas A&M. As we're at halftime here between North Carolina and Louisville. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe, and spread the word about my channel as well. I'll be doing live streams and my play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games throughout the regular season all the way into the conference tournament, as that first half was basically about the North Carolina Tar Heels, and they were on the big revenge game after they lost on January 12th at home to Louisville, and Louisville trying to look for their 5th win in a row this season. As we look to, I'm basically finished with the schedule for later today. There's one more game after the Tennessee-Texas A&M game later tonight. That will be San Diego playing against number 4 Gonzaga, as Gonzaga is 20-2 on the season as well. They're one of the very few teams that reached that 20-win mark. Nevada's there, Houston is there, but all those teams right now play from like non-major conferences or so. And then as I looked at the scoreboard last night, there was a couple of upsets that happened. Iowa beat Michigan 74-59, so Michigan gets their 2nd loss of the season. And then Buffalo, number 18th in the nation, lost to Bowling Green. Bowling Green right now 15-6 overall, 7-1 in the MAC. That's a huge win for Bowling Green. Bowling Green is number 1 right now in the nation in total rebounds per game, as they're right above Michigan State for total rebounds per game, as they top the nation in that phase. And then the other game on Friday night that happened inside the top 25, that was number 21 Maryland against number 24 Wisconsin. And Wisconsin wins again at Madison 69-61. So only 2 losses this season by the Michigan Wolverines. At Madison a couple of Saturdays ago by 10, and then they lost last night to the Iowa Hawkeyes in Iowa, as we are getting close to going back to action. In this one, the first half belonged to the Tar Heels, who got up at halftime 44-28 in this game. So this one's taking place at Louisville, and North Carolina showing you that they're not afraid to take it on the road, as they're 6-1 this season in road games. Second chance points, while UNC has 8 of those, while Louisville has 0. Louisville has had 0 offensive rebounds in the first half. North Carolina has 7. We're back to action. The Cardinals with the ball in their hands, driving towards the right side of the court. Louisville in the white jerseys with the black lettering. 3 ball from the outside, no good for the Cardinals, and the ball is fought for by Nasir Little and Malik Williams. And Little will get called for the foul. So we're back to action here. 19 minutes, 41 seconds left to go in the second. And so Louisville will get the inbound. The Cardinals are down by 16. Cunningham throws the ball to the back of the front court. And it's stolen away, but UNC tried to save it, and it went back into the hands of Louisville. 3-pointer from the left corner by the Cardinals, no good. However, they get their first offensive rebound of the game, passing the ball around the perimeter. Left corner 3, no good again by Cunningham. Rebounded up and in for Malik Williams of Louisville. We got 44-30. North Carolina up by 14. So Louisville takes the first basket of the second half right there. Inside, low post, Luke May airballs it, but the offensive board and the help from his teammate, number 15, Garrison Brooks, puts it in off the glass for the Tar Heels, and they're up now 46-30, and he got fouled on the shot as well, so he'll go to the line for 1. So Garrison Brooks at the free throw line, shooting the ball at 64.8% from the line, and he missed it off the top of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Louisville now as they take it towards the right side of the timeline. Passes it off now. Ball into the hands of Christian Cunningham. Dribbling, and now it's into the hands of Quan 4. Jumper, left elbow, deep 2. Quan 4 hits it for the Cardinals. 46-32. 18:46 left to go in the second. North Carolina with the ball now towards the right side of the perimeter. Cameron Johnson feeds the ball off at the elbow to Luke May, who kicks the ball outside. And they're dribbling inside with it. Ball stripped inside out of the hands of Garrison Brooks, but it was last touched by Louisville. And North Carolina will get the ball back. So we have 18 minutes, 31 seconds left to go. North Carolina with the inbounds. Left corner 3, no good by Kobe White. Offensive rebound, though, by UNC. Kenny Williams got that one. 3-pointer again from the right wing, no good. Rebounded by Louisville this time. Trying to dribble with it. Christian Cunningham feeds the ball out top of the key 3, no good by Malik Williams. And May gets the rebound of that one. Back into the hands of Kobe White now towards the left side of the perimeter. As he passes it off, and now the lob pass underneath to Garrison Brooks. And he gets it off the glass, up and in. 48-32. North Carolina's up. Garrison Brooks kissed that one off the glass as North Carolina has 28 points in the paint in this game. 17:45 left to go in the second. Louisville with the ball. Christian Cunningham dribbling around the perimeter. Throws the ball off to Quan 4 towards his right side. 4 looking for somebody who's open. Passes the ball now off to Dwayne Sutton towards the left side. Dribbling with it. Hands the ball off to Cunningham. Cunningham now at the top of the key with 3 on the shot clock. Passes the ball off. Deep 2 from the baseline. Sinks it in as Dwayne Sutton. 48-34. As Louisville is getting a little bit of something going here. Dwayne Sutton has 9. North Carolina with the ball. Cameron Johnson at the top of the key. Passes at left wing 3 from the outside. No good by Kenny Williams. Rebounded by Louisville. Louisville takes it past the timeline with the ball down by 14, 17:02 left to go. Christian Cunningham dribbling, trying to go inside past the defender. Couldn't get it to fall, and it's going the other way. North Carolina gets the ball back inside. Luke May with one man to beat. Couldn't get it to go off the bottom part of the backboard. Louisville gets it back with 16:45 left to go in the second. As we thank you guys for joining me in here, this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos. Hit the like button as well, and the subscribe button down below if you like to as well. As Louisville has the ball, jumper in the key, no good. A lot of these shots have been missing the past couple of times for both of these teams, as we have 16 minutes, 22 seconds left. Right corner three, nothing but net from the outside for UNC. 51-34 for the Tar Heels. It's Cameron Johnson who hits that shot from the right corner. Johnson leading the way with 14 points tonight for UNC. 5 for 6 shooting in this game. 16 minutes left to go. Louisville with the ball. Trying to dribble inside, and Cunningham with a right hand lays it up and in off the net. So 51-36. North Carolina with the ball now at the free throw line with it's Garrison Brooks. Passes the ball now off to Cameron Johnson. Dribbling now with it as it's passed to Kobe White. Kicks it back outside, left side to Cameron Johnson. Three ball, no good. Rebounded by Louisville. Jordan Nora got that rebound as he takes it past the timeline and passes the ball off to Cunningham. Cunningham hands the ball off. Nora, deep three, nothing but net from the parking lot. Is Jordan Nora from the outside. 51-39. Louisville only down by 12 now. North Carolina with the ball towards the left wing. Passes it off at the top of the key. Dribbling towards the right elbow. Garrison Brooks feeds the ball out. Left wing three. No good by Kobe White. And the ball's on the ground. North Carolina almost had the offensive rebound for a second. Oh, they saved it. And they're passing the ball outside. Three ball. Nothing but net for the Tar Heels. 54-39. As Louisville had a chance, as there was about 3 bodies on the floor with the ball rolling around. And then North Carolina picked it up, and they were able to spread it outside, and they got the 3 to hit. Louisville now with a 3-pointer from the left corner. No good. Offensive rebound. Trying to get it. And he gets fouled. So Louisville will go to the line for 2. It'll be Dwayne Sutton. We have our first stoppage in time here on the floor with this TV timeout. Thank you all for joining me here, as North Carolina is currently up 54-39 with 14:27 left to go. And the Cardinals, when we get back from the break, will be shooting 2 from the line. So yeah, Louisville's trying to climb back into the game, but they got it to 12 points, but then North Carolina just came back from the outside. Louisville had a chance to get that ball. It was right underneath the basket because North Carolina missed a shot inside the key, and then there was like a couple bodies there battling for the ball. It's just rolling around underneath everybody's feet, and then UNC finally picked up the ball, spread the ball outside from the left corner to the top of the key, then they passed it to the right wing where the 3 ball went down to extend this game to 54-39 for UNC. As we're on the timeout here, so Louisville will be shooting 2 from the line when we get back after this commercial break. Let's look into some of the team stats here. So UNC shooting the ball from the field right now. They're 45.7% shooting, 21 for 46 from the field, compared to Louisville is shooting the ball 16 for 43 from the field. Good for 37.2% in this one so far. Both of these teams have converted 4 3-pointers in this game from the free throw line. North Carolina is 8 for 10. Louisville is 3 for 4. And UNC just dominating the rebounding game. out-rebounding Louisville 34-21. Louisville did not have a single offensive rebound in the first half of play. However, second half, that's changed. They have 4 offensive rebounds in this second half. As we're a couple minutes away from getting back to this game, as we're in a commercial break, we'll look to the leading scorers right now as Cameron Johnson is leading the way for North Carolina. He has 15 points, and he's doing that with 5 rebounds as well and an assist. Luke May, also with double-digit points. He has 12 points right now for the Tar Heels, 7 rebounds, so he's nearing that double-double mark for North Carolina. And now we look to the box score here for the stats currently at this point of the game. Christian Cunningham leading the way for the Louisville Cardinals. He has 11 points, he has 5 assists, and he has 2 rebounds and a steal. And then Dwayne Sutton in there, second for Louisville with 9 points, and Jordan Norwa with 8 points. As North Carolina State scored 24 points today, fewest points ever they've scored in the all-time history of that program, as the first shot from the line goes down for Dwayne Sutton for Louisville. Here's the second one. That one rims out, rebounded by May. Into the hands of 7th Woods now, who's off the bench for the Tar Heels. We have 14 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the second. North Carolina with the ball, left side behind the three-point line. Top of the key, 3 by May. May could not get it to fall and fought for underneath, and it's ripped out of the hands of a North Carolina player as Jordan Norwa was tied up there with a UNC player underneath trying to rebound the ball, but looks like the possession arrow will go back to the Tar Heels. So North Carolina to inbound it. 14-10 left to go in the second. UNC with the ball, passing around the perimeter towards the left side of the three-point line. Now to the top of the key, dribbling with it's Cameron Johnson. Passes the ball off right side to May, trying to do a spin move inside. Couldn't get it to fall. Too strong off the glass. Rebounded by Louisville. Ryan McMahon into the game for Louisville. He was hurt earlier as he got an elbow to him after the ball was stripped away, but he's back in there. Just missed the shot off the part of the front rim. UNC gets the ball back, trying to go inside, and it's a score. 2 for Garrison Brooks, up and in off the glass. He has 10 today, 5 for 6, shooting from the floor. 56-40. UNC's up with 13:25 left to go. Louisville with the ball towards the right side behind the perimeter, passes it off now to Ryan McMahon. Now back to Quan 4, looking inside towards the baseline, kicks it back out to 4. 3-pointer, Quan 4, no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Dwayne Sutton, kicks it back out to 4. 4 driving inside and couldn't get it to go off the glass. He gets his own offensive rebound. And there's bodies on the floor. North Carolina picks it up. So he lost control of that one inside the key. UNC gets it back and going inside, and nobody manned up on Luke May, who is wide open in the low post, and two-hand jams it home. 14 points for Luke May. 58-40 Tar Heels are up with 12:40 left to go in the second. As we look at that last play, North Carolina threw the ball around the perimeter. It was to Brandon Robinson, who saw that going inside, Luke May was all alone. Louisville did not man up on Luke May and passed the ball to Luke May, and two hands slams it down. As Louisville will get the ball back after the stoppage in time with 12:36 left to go. Dribbling inside, Cunningham feeds the ball back outside, left corner 3, and he sinks it from the outside. Dwayne Sutton. 58-43, Dwayne Sutton has 13. North Carolina moving the ball around the perimeter. 12:20 left to go. Right wing now behind the arc. It's Cameron Johnson with the ball. 15 on the shot clock. 12-12 on the game clock. Trying to dribble baseline underneath. Cameron Johnson, no good. Couldn't get it to fall. As the ball will go back to Louisville on the turnover. It looks like Roy Williams isn't too happy with that one. He thought that Cameron Johnson should have been fouled on that play, but Cameron Johnson shot that ball just too strong off the glass. It came right back to him, but the thing was that he was sitting right on the out-of-bounds baseline, so North Carolina will turn it over to Louisville. Louisville down by 15 with a ball around the outside perimeter with it. Darius Perry passes the ball now off to the left side of the perimeter to Dwayne Sutton. Sutton trying to dribble baseline in there, backing his way in there, kicks it back outside to Cunningham. Cunningham kicks it back outside, left corner three, and it's up and good. Dwayne Sutton from the outside, 12-point game. Putting life into this Louisville team. He has 16 points today. North Carolina with the ball, 11 and a half left in regulation. The ball was almost stolen by Louisville, but UNC still has it. Nasir Little now dribbling at the top of the key, passes the ball off. Left wing to 7th Woods. Woods dribbling with the ball towards his right now. Woods feeds the ball right corner three. No good. It was air ball by Brandon Robinson. Rebounded by Louisville. The Cardinals are down by 12 with 1:02 remaining. Oh, nice fake by Ryan McMahon. Tried to get a defender to fake him out. Couldn't draw the foul, but he didn't shoot it anyway. He tried to go inside, dribbled it inside, but the pass off the foot of a North Carolina player and out of bounds. So we have a stop here in time on the floor. But yeah, Louisville making things really interesting right now. Down by 12 with 10:53 left to go. I'll update the chat here with a score. And feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe as well. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and North Carolina is up by 12. So let's see some of these stats here inside the box score. Who's leading the way for both of these teams? 15 points by Cameron Johnson, as he's also the leading scorer coming in, averaging around 15.8 points per game for this North Carolina Tar Heels team. He has 15 already in this one with 10:53 left to go in regulation. 14 points chipped in by Luke May, second in the team in scoring right now for the Tar Heels, and then third in scoring. Another double-digit scorer here for North Carolina will be Garrison Brooks with 10. As we look to the Louisville Cardinals for their box score so far in this one, 16 points. Leading the way is Dwayne Sutton, trying to carry this Louisville team back into this game. He's 3 for 6, shooting the ball from the outside behind the arc. And then second right now on the team's Christian Cunningham with 11 points. Right now, he also has 7 assists. He came into this game averaging around, I believe it was 4.4 assists per game, which is good for 4th right now in the ACC. So we're on a timeout here on the floor with 10:53 left to go. North Carolina up by 12 against Louisville. We'll look into some of these stats for both of the teams. North Carolina shooting 44.2% from the floor. That when we began the half, that shooting percentage was around 48% from the floor, so it's dropped around 4% in the second half here. As we look to Louisville, that number has been going up just a little bit, around 37.5% shooting from the floor. Earlier in this game, it was around 32% shooting. As we look to the three-pointers, Louisville 6 for 21. Shooting from behind the arc so far in this one. North Carolina's 4 for 18. The big one, though, would be the rebounds, as North Carolina is still out-rebounding Louisville 37-26. Louisville, however, with 6 rebounds in the second half. North Carolina with 3 rebounds. That's the offensive rebounds. 6 offensive rebounds for Louisville in the second half, only 3 for North Carolina. As in the first half, Louisville had 0 offensive rebounds in that first half, and now they total 6. So it looks like we're going to be back to action in this one. Louisville has the ball back on the inbounds pass. Didn't take them long to hit a three-pointer from the outside with 10:46 remaining. Left wing 3, and they're on a 9-0 run in the last minute and 50. North Carolina has their lead now cut to 9, and they have the ball. 10:32 left to go. May dribbling towards the left elbow and now to the top of the key, passes the ball off to the right side to Darius Perry. Now he takes it to Louisville Logo. Louisville Logo with it. Oh, that was, Kobe White, for North Carolina. And he puts it in as he's driving to the basket. Gets it to go and the foul. So Kobe White, number 2 for North Carolina. Split 2 defenders, and then he goes over the top of number 2 for Louisville, which is Darius Perry. So both of those guys are number 2, Kobe White and Darius Perry. And Kobe White got the basket to fall. So North Carolina's up 60-49. And White's at the free throw line as well. He had a career 33 points against Texas back on November 22nd. As a shot from the line, no good, but it's rebounded on the offensive side by May. Kicks it all the way back to the right corner, and now they're passing around the perimeter. Back inside to May, who's backing his way in there. Too strong off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for UNC. Couldn't get it to fall by Nasir Little. Going the other way for Louisville. Down by 11. 10 minutes left to go. Louisville with the ball. Christian Cunningham setting up the offense here. Dribbling behind the arc with 9:48 left to go. 12 on the shot clock. Cunningham trying to go inside. Kicks it back outside left corner with the ball behind the arc. Trying to dribble inside with it is McMahon. Kicks it back out and is stolen. Stolen away by Nasir Little, and he slows down the tempo with 9:32 left to go in the second. Little takes it past the timeline, puts the ball into the hands of Kobe White. 9 turnovers today by the Cardinals, 8 by the Tar Heels. Passing around the perimeter with the ball towards the right side with it. Top of the key 3. And he hits it. Kenny Williams from the outside for North Carolina, dialing up that one. Extending the lead again. 14-point lead for UNC, 63-49. 9:05 left to go in regulation. Cunningham takes the ball past the timeline. Passes the ball towards his left side. Now at the top of the key. Lob inside, and it's stolen away as Luke May got that one as he tipped that one away into Kenny Williams' hand for UNC. Now UNC has the ball to feed inside to May. One man to beat. Couldn't get the shot to fall, but he's fouled and will be going to the line for 2. So Luke May looking to add to his point totals. As I'll go back to the charity stripe. May currently on the season averages 77.7% from the free throw line. The score right now is North Carolina 63, Louisville 49, with 8:47 left to go in regulation. As it's Luke May at the free throw line. 63 for North Carolina, 49 for Louisville. First shot from the free throw line is no good for Luke May. So looks like Louisville is checking in some subs here. Coming into the game back in is Jordan Nora, the leading scorer for the Cardinals right now. And also Malik Williams coming back into the game here for Louisville. So 8:47 left to go at the free throw line for the Tar Heels. Second shot, and he hits it from the line. So it's 64-49. 15-point lead for the Tar Heels as Louisville will get the ball back. So Louisville takes it past their logo. Christian Cunningham dribbling towards the right side, and now he's trying to dribble inside, take it himself, and he gets it up and in, into the basket. Passes a group of defenders, laid it up and in with the right hand. 64-51. Christian Cunningham has 13 points today for the Cardinals. North Carolina with the ball now. At the right side of the perimeter is Kobe White. Passes the ball now to Garrison Brooks at the top of the key. Ball goes back to White, who dribbles out back to the Louisville logo to set up this offense for UNC. 8:10 remaining. 6 on the shot clock for White. White, spin move inside. Step back 2. Got it to fall at the right elbow. 66-51. Kobe White adding to his total. Has 6 today. Louisville with the ball down by 15. 7:52 left to go. Dribbling at the free throw lines. Christian Cunningham feeds the ball back to his left side. Back to Cunningham, right side behind the 3-point line. Hands the ball off to Darius Perry. He's dribbling the ball now for Louisville. 8 on the shot clock. 6 on the shot clock. Free throw line with the ball. Tried to take it inside with 3 on the shot clock. Louisville, no good. Hits the front part of the rim. Rebounded by the Tar Heels. 66-51. North Carolina up. 7:25 remaining. The ball thrown inside the low post. First shot, no good for Garrison Brooks. Second one, he gets it off the glass, up and in. 68-51. UNC on that 10-2 run in the last 3 minutes, 10 seconds. Louisville with 7:10 remaining in this game. With the ball now for the Cardinals. At the left wing behind the three-point line, with his Christian Cunningham passes the ball off, and they'll set up the offense here for Louisville. 10 on the shot clock. Spin move inside the low post for Cunningham. Oh, he's rejected in there. Tried to get the ball back as he was rejected by Kobe White inside. And we have a stop here in the time. So I'll update the score for you guys, but North Carolina looking like they're on a roll right here. Expanding their lead 68-51 against Louisville with 6:50 left to go in regulation. So what just happened on the last play was Christian Cunningham was going inside. He got the offensive rebound, and then Kobe White got the block on that one. But looks like there's a TV timeout called on the floor. So that's where I'll update the score for you guys right here. So we have a 17-point lead for the Tar Heels with 6:50 remaining in regulation. This has been basically all UNC throughout this game today. Let's look at these leading scores. Kobe White has been coming on lately, strong in this game. He had the step back too with a spin move, took a defender into the lane, and then he hit the straight up J at the free throw circle right next to it towards the right side. So Kobe White now with 6 points, but the leading scores for North Carolina, as it looks like 2 guys are tied in the lead for scoring right now. Luke May with 15 points today, and then Cameron Johnson also with 15 points as well for the Tar Heels. We'll look to the scoring stats here for Louisville. Dwayne Sutton's trying to do this all himself. He has 19 points currently so far to this point in the game for North Carolina. And then Christian Cunningham, the point guard, adding in 13 points to go along with that. He has 7 assists as well coming in to this game, as Christian Cunningham's 4th right now in average assists for the ACC. So we're still on a commercial break. I'll look into some of the stats for both of these teams, as Louisville shooting the ball 38.5% from the field right now, as North Carolina shooting the ball 45.8% from the field. The big difference, though, in this game is the rebounds. North Carolina has 42 rebounds total in this game, whereas Louisville only has 28. Now, North Carolina, coming into this game, they rank 2nd in the nation in total rebounds per game. They average of around 43 rebounds per game, only behind Bowling Green and the Bowling Green Falcons, who are 1st right now in the nation, coming off a big win last night against number 18 Buffalo at home for Bowling Green, actually. So now we're back into the action. 3 ball from the outside. No good by North Carolina. Rebounded by Louisville and into the hands of Nora, who tried to take the ball inside. And we have an offensive foul called by Nora inside, as he just ran over Kenny Williams in North Carolina in the lane. So another turnover for Louisville. Jordan Nora has 3 fouls, 8 points today for the leading scorer for Louisville. Now North Carolina with the ball up 68-51. 3 ball left wing. No good. Rimmed out. Rebounded by Nora, who's still in there for Louisville. 6:03 left to go. Louisville down by 17. They have the ball. Christian Cunningham passes the ball off to his right side behind the wing. Darius Perry trying to go inside between two defenders and gets it off the glass up and in. 68-53. Louisville won't quit yet. They're down by 15, but we still have 5:45 left to go. North Carolina with the ball, passing it around the perimeter, now trying to back his way inside with a spin move, and it was knocked out of his hands. On the ground with us, Cameron Johnson. And a timeout called by Roy Williams. So we have 5 minutes, 38 seconds left to go. North Carolina is up 68-53 against Louisville, as we have a timeout here as Cameron Johnson was trying to go inside low baseline, and he got the ball knocked out of his hands, and then he went down on the ground to recover the ball, which led to Roy Williams calling the timeout. So I'll update the score here in the chat. And feel free to like my videos, share, and spread the word about my channel as well. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. And what I do is that I do live streams of my play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games. And I'll be doing this throughout the regular season all the way through and into the March Madness tournament, as the North Carolina Tar Heels are up by 15 with 5:38 left. We got the score 68-53. We're on a TV timeout right now, but I'm going to look into the leading scorers for both of these teams since we're on this timeout. Luke May and Cameron Johnson, both of those guys are tied for the lead right now for North Carolina with 15 points scored in this one with 5:38 left to go in regulation. And then you have Garrison Brooks, who has 12 points for UNC, and Kenny Williams with 10. As we look to Louisville and their leading scorers, Dwayne Sutton, he's also in foul trouble. Jordan Nora is the one in foul trouble. Jordan Nora for Louisville coming into this game, he averages around 18.2 points per game, but he's the one who has 3 fouls charged on him. He's been held by this North Carolina defense to only 8 points. And Dwayne Sutton, 4 for 8 today from behind the arc for Louisville. As we're getting close to going back to action here, as we're still on a TV timeout with North Carolina with a pretty comfortable lead as this game is winding down. But yeah, going back to that game earlier today, the noontime game, that was Virginia Tech against North Carolina State, the 47-24 game where NC State only scored 24 points. That was absolutely crazy. The first half, both of those teams combined for only 34 points combined in the first half. That marked the lowest scoring in a college basketball game in over a decade. So that's just like absolutely crazy. And NC State only scored 24 points in today's game. As we have games later today, as it's Indiana against Michigan State. In that one, I might be doing that stream. It depends on when I get back. If I can get back before 6 o'clock, I might be doing that stream, as I will be heading out for a little bit for around 4:30 or so after this one finishes. And North Carolina now with the ball as we're back to action. 5:25 left to go. 5 on the shot clock. Lob inside to May. May with 2 on the shot clock and hits it off the rim. Offensive board by UNC. So they set up the offense again. Kobe White passes it off now to Kenny Williams with it, and now it's into the hands of Cameron Johnson for the Tar Heels. Back to May, and back into the hands of White, who's dribbling towards the back corner of the front court. Now towards the left wing with it. Passes it off. Luke May, top of the key 3. Oh, he sticks it from the outside is Luke May. 71-53. 18 points tonight by Luke May. Hits his first 3-pointer of the game. That just might have put the icing on the cake for this one. 18-point lead for the Tar Heels. Louisville going inside, and there's a foul called. So the Cardinals will go to the line for 2 with 4:47 left to go in regulation. Or not. Refs will rule that the foul was before the shot, actually. So instead of a shooting foul, the refs meet together and say it happened before the shot, so Louisville will inbound it instead. They get it, ball back at the left corner, trying to dribble baseline, and now towards the left wing, passes the ball out to the right wing now with the ball, trying to dribble in the low post with it, and off the glass, up and in. Nice assist in there in the low post by Joe Griffin. Now off the bench, threw it to Malik Williams, number 5, who got the shot to fall off the glass. North Carolina now with the ball at the top of the keys. Luke May passes the ball off to Kobe White. White dribbling towards the right side behind the three-point line. He's guarded by Cunningham. White passes the ball off to May. May dribbling, feeds the ball inside into the low post, backing his way in. There's Garrison Brooks, and it almost went down into the basket, but it's no good. We have 4 minutes left. Louisville with a defensive rebound. Down 71-55, the Cardinals with the ball. Top of the key, 3 for Louisville, no good. And rebounded by Cameron Johnson of North Carolina. Huge rebound for the Tar Heels. Kobe White towards the right corner behind the three-point line. Throws the ball off now to the top of the key with its Kenny Williams. They had a season-low 62 points against Louisville back on January 12th. North Carolina just got called with the offensive foul as they tried to take the ball inside the low post, but Ryan McMahon there to draw the charge for Louisville, and the Cardinals will get the ball back. But looking like a total difference in this game as of late, the North Carolina Tar Heels have been shooting red hot from the floor and dropping points left and right. As we see their last 2 games, they had that game back on January 21st against Virginia Tech, where they put up a 103 spot on them and beat them 103-82. Kobe White was the star of that game against the Hokies as they beat them at home 103-82, and Kobe White had 27 points that night against Virginia Tech. I'll update the score here since we're on a timeout after the offensive foul that happened. So Louisville will get the ball when we get back to regulation. So North Carolina 71, Louisville with 55. I mean, this game's winding down. 3:33 left to go in regulation. Both of these teams' shooting percentages have gone down quite a bit from earlier on in the game. Louisville only shooting 39.3% from the floor right now. But the big factor here has been the rebounding game. North Carolina has out-rebounded Louisville throughout this entire game, as it shows, as UNC has 44 rebounds compared to Louisville's 31. Louisville did not have a single offensive rebound in that first half, and now they have 7 in the second half, but they're still down in the offensive boards, 15-7, and then defensive boards, UNC winning that factor as well, 29-24. So we're still on this commercial timeout. I'll look at the scoreboard, see what we got for scores here. As Texas against Iowa State with 3 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. Looks like the Cyclones have the 8-point advantage there, 56-48. Other games going on right now. This one just started. Number 22, Mississippi State up by 2 against Ole Miss, 15-13. But that's basically it for games right now. We had games that finished earlier today. Duke won by 30 against St. John's, and then Virginia Tech only held North Carolina State to 24 points today, as the Hokies won 47-24. We're back to action. Louisville with the ball. They have it past their logo. Dribbling is Christian Cunningham towards the left side behind the three-point line. Deep 3. Oh, he hits it from the outside. Ryan McMahon got a 3 ball from the parking lot again for the Cardinals. Huge three ball by Ryan McMahon, 71-58. The defensive pressure is on by Louisville. 3:06 left remaining in this game. They tried to double team North Carolina, but North Carolina tried to get the ball inside. It was swatted away, but UNC gets the ball back. Luke May was able to get the ball. Dwayne Sutton with the swap behind the back. Kobe White takes the three from the outside, dials it up, no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Cameron Johnson of UNC. So just owning the boards today for the Tar Heels, as now they're passing the ball around the perimeter. 2:35 left to go, 18 on the shot clock. Luke May dribbling the ball. There's a reach-in foul committed. We have 2 minutes, 33 seconds left. 71-58, North Carolina is up by 13. We also have, we have a timeout on the floor for Louisville. So I'll update the score again in the chat. Thank you all for joining me. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe as well. So we had a timeout on the floor by the Louisville Cardinals. So Chris Mack, the first-year coach for Louisville, will talk things over here as his team's down by 13. And North Carolina will get the inbound, as they do find Cameron Johnson, who has the ball, and it's stolen away on the pass. So Louisville gets the ball back. Three ball, right wing, no good by Darius Perry. But North Carolina just picked up the shooting foul as Perry shot the ball from the free throw line, extended outside towards the right wing. And it'll go to the line for three, actually, with 2:23 remaining. So costly foul by North Carolina, and this could be a 10-point game. First shot from the line, it goes down for Perry. 81.8% from the free throw line this season for Darius Perry. So he hits the first one for Louisville. The score is 71-59. Second shot from the line, hits that one as well. Darius Perry cuts the lead to 11 here. And here's his third shot. Hits them all. 71-61. 3 for 3 from the charity stripe there, as North Carolina will inbound it. They get the ball now past the timeline. So Louisville is on an 8-0 run in the past 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Cameron Johnson with the ball dribbling towards the right side behind the perimeter. Feeds the ball off now to Kobe White, who's looking for somebody, finally finds him, and nobody inside. The cover, Luke May, as he two-hand slams it home for the Tar Heels with 2:02 left to go. 73-61. Louisville, just too much defensive pressure up front around the three-point arc, and they forgot to guard Luke May down low. As Louisville now has the ball. Under 2 minutes to play here in regulation. Louisville trying to go inside, kicks the ball back outside. Deep three, and no good. Rimmed out by Ryan McMahon. The ball is trying to be saved to get back in, but North Carolina gets the ball back, and we have a foul with 1:46 left to go. So UNC up by 12 here. I'll update the score, so we have that. (73-61). So Louisville picked up their sixth foul, and North Carolina will get the inbound. Not in the bonus yet, and Louisville picks up their seventh with 1:40 remaining, and they'll shoot one from the line. So the Tar Heels will go back to the line to shoot one. Cameron Johnson, who has 15 points, is at the line. And he hits his first. We have a minute and 40 remaining. 74 to 61 UNC. Johnson for his second. Hits them both. 75 to 61. North Carolina with Cameron Johnson. Perfect from the free throw line. 17 points today. 3-ball, top of the key for Louisville. They sink it from the outside, keeping them in this game down by 11. Minute 25. Dribbling with the ball, trying to get it past the timeline. Luke May, and he does. Feeds the ball off, and Louisville trying to foul. They don't, as UNC keeps on passing the ball. Louisville's not going to foul. 16 on the shot clock. Minute and 10 left to go. Luke May with the ball. They try to double team him. No. Kobe White trying to take it inside, and he's finally fouled with a minute and 5. So Kobe White will go to the line for 2 for UNC. Louisville took way too long to foul right there as they let the time expire. I think they were trying to go for the turnover, but they couldn't. Hits the first one from the line by Kobe White. 80.9% from the free throw line this season. So he hits his first. UNC's up 76 to 64. Here's his second. Hits that one as well. Louisville will get the ball. They pass the timeline with a minute and 2. Cunningham with it, trying to take a defender down low, and he gets it up the glass and good. 77 to 66. And Louisville finally fouls UNC, so back to the line again with 57.7 seconds left. So back to the line will be Kobe White for the Tar Heels. Louisville has 9 fouls as a team. North Carolina with 6. The 1-and-1 hits the first one. So he'll get a second chance here at a free throw with 57.7 seconds remaining. UNC is up by 12. 78-66, trying to add to that. And they do. Kobe White again from the line. 13-point lead for the Tar Heels. Louisville now with the ball dribbling. Top of the key 3. Cunningham. No good. Defensive rebound by UNC. A strong rebound. Louisville not fouling. 45 seconds to go. 13-point lead for the Tar Heels, and they flipped the script today. January 12th, they lost that game 83 to 62 at home, but flip it to February 2nd, victorious. And this one looks like it was Kobe White who was trying to dribble inside, and the ball went out of bounds for North Carolina. We got 3 on the shot clock, but UNC will inbound it. 3-ball right wing, no good. Hits the front part of the iron. Louisville gets the rebound with 17 seconds left, but the damage has been done. North Carolina flips the script in this one. 3 goes down for Louisville, so it's 79-69 with 12.7 seconds left. Louisville will take a timeout as we have 12.7 seconds remaining in this game from North Carolina, with the victory thrown all the way back to the backcourt for UNC, and Louisville isn't fouling or anything here, so we have 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's it. Game's over as the Tar Heels improve again on a 5-game win streak now for North Carolina. Victorious out in this one, 79 to 69 over the Louisville Cardinals. UNC, the number 9 team in the nation, improves to 17-4. Overall, 7-1 in ACC play and 7-1 on the road as well. The Louisville Cardinals, number 15 in the nation in the AP Top 25, they'll drop back to 16-6. Overall, 7-2 in the ACC and 12-2 at home this season. So thank you all for joining me. I'm going to update the chat here with a final score. As the North Carolina Tar Heels had the whole momentum to their self throughout this entire game as they get the W in this one, 79-69. Let's look at these team stats from the field. Both of the teams shooting 42% from the field today. And the big difference, however, was the rebounding game. North Carolina out-rebounding Louisville 49-32 in this game. North Carolina came into this matchup ranking second in the nation in average rebounds per game, just over 40 rebounds, as the number one team in the nation for average rebounds per games, the Bowling Green Falcons, as North Carolina, again, above their average once more, had 49 rebounds in this one. Out-rebounded Louisville 49-32. Out-rebounded them on the offensive end 18-7. Louisville did not have a single offensive rebound in that first half. As we look inside the box score here before I sign off, Luke May leading the way for the North Carolina Tar Heels. He had 20 points today, and he also got a double-double, 11 rebounds as well. Also, Cameron Johnson in there with a double-double, 19 points, 10 rebounds, second on the team for scoring today for the Tar Heels. 12 points chipped in by Garrison Brooks. He had 4 rebounds, and Kenny Williams with 10 points, 5 rebounds to add to his total as well. Kobe White with 8 points. As we look to the box score, the Louisville and the Cardinals leading the way. Dwayne Sutton with 19 points today. He had 8 rebounds, so close to that double-double, but no cigar. And then 15 points by Christian Cunningham, had 9 assists as well, so almost close to that double-double, but couldn't get it. Christian Cunningham coming into this game 4th in the ACC in average assists per game. But yeah, that basically just about wraps it up here as the North Carolina Tar Heels pull out the 10-point victory on the road against the Louisville Cardinals. 79-69, UNC's victorious in this one. Thank you so much for watching my stream. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and what I do is that I do live play-by-play reactions to college basketball games throughout the regular season, and I'll be doing this all the way through the March Madness tournament. So feel free to like my channel, spread the word, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. But signing off here, North Carolina with a 10-point victory, 79-69 over Louisville. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Have a great day, everyone, and enjoy.